I'm Andrew Parcel. I'm a private wealth advisor with Goldman Sachs here in the Pacific Northwest. We proudly partner with entrepreneurs to advise them on their personal assets. Our goal is to be stewards of their personal wealth so that they can focus on building and leading innovative and important companies. I'm honored to be here tonight to present the finalists for the OEN Entrepreneurial Achievement Award. The OEN Entrepreneurial Achievement Award is the only award given to an individual as opposed to a company, and it is meant to set a high bar for what it means to be a successful founder. We had many nominees that led their companies to great success. But what distinguishes these finalists was their outstanding performance, their ethical leadership, fostering an inclusive and supportive company culture, and setting standards that up-and-coming entrepreneurs could proudly emulate. Each of these finalists also happen to embody roles as mythbusters and glass ceiling breakers, and are using their platforms to open doors for their teams and entrepreneurs coming up behind them. It is my great pleasure to introduce the finalists for the OEN Entrepreneurial Achievement Award. Allie Magyar, Hubb.
I've been an entrepreneur for over 20 years now. And so Hubb is my third business. But I started my first business when I was 18 because I had a love of cars and I was a street racer in Portland. I can admit that now, this many years later. Being an entrepreneur, you basically do really bold things that you don't know are always going to work. And I invested at first all of my own personal money. I took every dollar of profit that I had out of my meeting planning company and put it towards building this software. And I had never built software before. I was a non-technical founder. And since then, what started as an idea to help me solve my own issue has now scaled to be the world's leading virtual event platform. What I want is I want to be a chief product officer in a publicly held company and change the conversation for other women and have the experience of growing a startup, exiting a startup, taking on a senior role, taking that company public, and then exiting that company, and then being able to use my time to change the conversation full time. When you ask about what have you achieved over the last 20 years, I look at that and I say, I've been able to have an impact on people's lives. Both the people that are working with me alongside of me to bring these dreams alive. I've been able to impact people's lives in our industry. I've been able to save jobs and transform an industry in a new way of thinking about doing things. And I've been able to live my truest self and be able to help others to succeed. And I think that's what entrepreneurship is it's a platform to be able to help other people.
Jelani Memory, a kids company about.
One of the core values for our company all along has been to be a diverse company. For us, that meant that we were going to have a diverse team. That meant that we were going to have a diverse pool of creators. We all deserve to get our story heard and told, and it's really important for us to do that. So we cut our teeth with books, and we've made this amazing collection of 60 books, which, by the way, we just launched our book with LeVar Burton, a kid's book about imagination, which was such an amazing experience to get to make that book with him. And there was an urgency to these stories being told, not so that we could capture these cultural moments, but so that kids could have a way to navigate it. And so that grown-ups, right, teachers, aunties, uncles, parents, had a way to talk to the kids in their lives. And I think our customers, kids, grown-ups, they see that, they feel that, that life lived, authentic experience. And I think if anything is innovative or disruptive about what we're doing, it is that. It is making publishing for the very first time inclusive.
Raj Vable, Young Mountain Tea.
It's one thing I learned a lot from some of my personal mentors in both the US and in India. This idea of leading from the center rather than from the top, rather than sort of be a bottleneck or sort of the driving tip of the arrow, to be at the center and trusting and empowering the team members to do the real work and the heavy lifting of the organization, but then always serving as a backstop if and when things come up. I tried to take an approach of using the systems logic-based approach to problem solving that we get taught in engineering, but mixing it with a more human-centric approach of recognizing that people are not robots or like little nodes in a system. We have weekly all hands meetings every Monday. That's the start of the week. And that helps to ground us in a team culture where being a hybrid, we still have a level of team bonding. And then the partnerships that we have being very diverse. We've found ways to bridge gaps that traditionally have not been done by bringing, say, world-class tea technicians to work with semi-literate farmers. And I think that in the long run, not just for our business, but for the world, it's those types of conversations and relationships that are going to actually lead to the kind of sustainable future that I think we're all interested in creating.